Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just click the link in the show description to support now.
The River City Wrestling Con is happening June 8th and 9th at the World Golf Village in St. Augustine, Florida. Visit rivercitywrestlingcon.com for more information and tickets. I'm telling you right now, brothers and sisters, this is going to be the biggest and best River City Wrestling Con ever. Guests scheduled to appear include The Icon, Sting, Trish Stratus, Devon Dudley, BigVito, Lograsso, Lita, Booker T, the Hardy Boys, and so much more. But get this, there will also be live wrestling action. Mission Pro Wrestling champion Tiffany Nieves takes on Ruthie J. We also have Scotty Sosa. We also have the gold medalist herself, the suplex queen herself, Tiny Vito-ally. She'll be in action. Once again, folks, World Golf Village, St. Augustine, Florida, June 8th and 9th, the River City Wrestling Con, rivercitywrestlingcon.com for ticket information. Check it out. That's right.
You're locked in.
Look at what we have here, folks.
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke loves wrestling.
And there is no one that does it better than
your host.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
The Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
This is the Don, BigVito Lograsso, and you're listening to Duke Loves Wrestling.
Brothers and sisters, you know the River City Wrestling Con, June 8th and 9th. Not only the biggest pro wrestling convention in all of Florida, per capita, one of the most successful wrestling conventions in the entire world. And that is because you, the fans, let the folks know what you need. And then the River City Wrestling Con, they make it happen. And certainly our returning guest here, great friend of the show, somebody who the River City Wrestling Con had to make him an offer he couldn't refuse. And he decided, you know something? I'm not just going to show up for Saturday. I'm going to be there for Sunday as well. So without further ado, welcome back to Duke Loves Wrestling, ahead of his River City Wrestling Con debut, the Don, BigVito Lograsso. How you doing there, Don?
Duke, I love you, but don't ever go against the family. Don't ever tell them what you're thinking. And most of all, sometimes you gotta shush a little bit. This is BigVito Lograsso, the Don of Wrestling. Duke, how are you today? How's everything? How are all the people out there? I know everybody's excited. I know everybody's looking forward to this. River City WrestleCon, the Don of Wrestling, BigVito Lograsso, here with his good buddy, the Duke. Duke, what's going on?
Well, listen, Vito, I got to tell you, Don, like you said, don't ever go against the family. So that's why we're doing family-friendly entertainment with the River City Wrestling Con. So everybody's going to be there. Of course, mom and dad. Of course, you got the brothers and the sisters. You got Nana. You got Pop. But I want to ask you: is it okay if Uncle Tommy shows up? Because I know he owes you a couple of bucks.
When you're talking about Uncle Tommy, he showed up at the social club and he had this thing, a thing I can't talk about right now, but a thing I can share with you after this, beautiful ceremony we're having right now for the reintroduction of BigVito Lograsso, that he's back in wrestling, he's back in the business, and he's got a lot of great things going on. Of course, we're going to talk about Uncle Tommy. We're going to talk about Uncle Don. We're going to talk about Uncle Bobby. We're going to talk about Uncle Nick. We're going to talk about Uncle Joe. And of course, my great uncle Lucky Luciano, which of course, goes without saying, especially since, hey, Duke, did you know I'm going to open up a restaurant sandwich shop?
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I can't talk about it right now. We're in production.
Members only on that one. Listen, I got to tell you, Vito, I am just over the moon with the fact that in 2024, you're traveling all over the place. You're trending online. I was talking to a couple of friends of ours from back home there, and they let me know they saw you on the billboards. I mean, Jesus Christ, this is the resurgence of the Don, Big Vito Lograsso. How does that feel?
It's like a dream come true, and it was a lot of hard work. And I know, for anybody who doesn't know, Duke and I have been friends for quite some time, and he's a family friend. And we have, confided in each other and talked about a lot of different aspects of life. And more than anything, me going back to the wrestling business in this capacity with the buzz that's going on, like he said, the billboards, the big shows, the introduction back, all the social media buzz that we're getting is phenomenal. It's something that you can definitely say, forget about it. It's something you only dream about. But if I was not in this position or things weren't going good, you wouldn't hear a mouse in a church. But everybody's talking about it. Everybody knows about it. Big Vito Lograsso, the Don, is back with his good friend, Duke of Rasslin.
Does it surprise you that the fans are so passionate about seeing you? I mean, legitimately, you're being requested everywhere. Once we announced that you're going to be at the River City Wrestling Con, they jumped online. Oh, we can't wait to see you. You look so great. Yada yada yada. Does it surprise you that in 2024, the Don, Big Vito Lograsso, has this type of buzz?
It doesn't surprise me at all. You know why, Duke? Because social media, as good as it can be, right, and as bad as it can be, in this case, it's a wonderful thing because people got to see my full career, where I started, where it was in the quarter mile to the half mile to the 3/4 mile, and now we're in the final mile. And people appreciate all the great things and great places I've been and the work I accomplished in the wrestling industry. And I don't think people got the full gist of my career until now. And now that's why the buzz is buzzing, because they were like, I can't believe you did this, this, and this. And you wrestled through an era that we all dream about and everybody wants to have again. Duke, it's a definitely positive thing and it's a blessed thing. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's just tremendous. Like you said, we've been friends for a while here, and I know your journey. I know the challenges you've been through. I know the sacrifices you and your family have made. I know you get up early every day. You hit the gym. You're eating your egg whites. I know that you put yourself through so much to stay ready. I know that you're somebody who dedicates so much time to helping others. I know that you're somebody who takes care of your lovely wife, Noelle. It's just incredible to see that you're finally getting your flowers, and on such a large scale. Again, you were a hot trending topic, and it blows my mind, man. And all your peers, all your peers in wrestling who are seeing you as you're out and about, they're all talking about how great you look, and not just in the ring, which you're definitely making it happen in the ring, but even outside the ring, just the way that you're moving well, and clearly you're in great shape, some of the best shape of your life. Your skin is clear. It's just like, Jesus Christ, look at this guy. You know what I mean? It's really a special thing to see, Vito, and that's why I'm so excited about the River City Wrestling Con, because the fact that you're going to be there both days, that means that everyone will get a chance to see the Don.
I'm looking forward to it. And, and I appreciate the compliment about the hard work. The one thing about being a pro, that's something I learned a long time ago, is you have to put the work in. And nothing comes to you, and nobody's going to ring your phone just because you're somebody's cousin, or you're somebody's son or daughter. It doesn't matter if you're the president of the United States and I'm your son, and you say, hey, give my son a job. It doesn't work like that. It's just like in your industry, in the social media world. Unless you're putting the time in and you're going out to get the great interviews and do the podcasts and put together a social media that, Duke, I know you're over, 1 million people, and then have me on your show, which is a great honor. So I could explode with you is tremendous. And Duke, I got to tell you, hard work pays off. You know it, I know it, and that's what I want to share with the world. That hard work is where it's at, and that's what I've been doing my whole career. It's just now that people are realizing all the hard work is coming to the table, and we're all having a glass of sangria to celebrate it.
One of the things, folks, about Vito is the fact that, yeah, if he has to get in that ring and make things happen, then that's certainly what he's going to do. If he has to put somebody in the big garbage receptacle, then that's something that he's got to do. But I will say this: the kids love the Don, Big Vito Lograsso. They love him, especially the babies. There is something about this man's spirit that they sense. They know they're safe. They latch on to him. It's funny, you were out to dinner with a couple of folks, including Gene Snitsky and a few other folks there, and I'm looking at the photos. This is literally just a couple of weeks ago there, and there's a baby at the table, and sure enough, she's sitting there with you. You're feeding her bread. You're her buddy. You know what I mean? Out of everybody at the table, she latched on to you. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about the kids and how they just take to you so instantly.
Kids are a great thing in life, and I know everybody there is around kids, but kids are special because kids sense good people. They see souls. If you believe in ghosts or spirits or good things, and I mean positive things, right? Kids can see the people in their lives who passed away. Like, people could see their grandparents who recently passed away, or they could see people who are there, who are their spirits. And spirits go to children, and the children can see spirits. But children know good people, and they cling to good people. They hold out a hand. They smile at you. There's so many babies out there who I get to see in supermarkets or shows or out places where I go, and they cling to me, brand new babies. And they tell me, "Oh, my baby doesn't want to be around him." I said, "Can you mind if I hold your baby?" And the baby's grabbing onto my shirt, and I become good buddies. You know how many good buddies I have in the 2, 3, 4, and 5-year-old section, where they'll come to my house, we'll go golfing, I'll take them to throw golf balls in the lake, or we'll go riding around, or I'll hold them. Kids know good people. And when you're a good soul, I've been told this many times, Vito, you're a good soul. And that's the blessing for me, is know that kids love me. And that's the true meaning of love in the world. It's different than a man and a woman, but kids bring out the joy in you. And that's what we see every day.
So what are you waiting for? Everybody listening right there, I'm telling you right now, June 8th and 9th, the World Golf Village, St. Augustine, Florida. The Don himself, Big Vito Lograsso, he's going to be there with a bunch of friends of ours, and they're going to have a good time. I'm telling you, there's going to be some live wrestling matches going on, but more importantly, Vito is bringing photos from different parts of his career. All right, so you'll be able to get the autographs there, but even more special, a little birdie told me that you're going to be bringing a couple of exclusive photos of your lovely wife, Noelle. Is that true?
Yes, I am. Noelle is going to have photos for sale there. And I know a lot of people online have requested them. So that's why I'm bringing them to the WrestleCon. Unfortunately, Noelle is not able to travel at this time, but she's been behind the scenes. She's been working her tail off. She's been making everything happen, and I greatly appreciate it. She also works with Duke doing the social media, and anytime that he needs information or she needs information, I know they talk and they get work done. And it's good to know that I have good friends in the business like Duke and, my best friend, my wife, helping me to achieve my goal to be back on top in the wrestling business.
I love it. I love it. Listen, he is the Don. I am the Duke. River City Wrestling Con, June 8th and 9th. You folks got to be there. More importantly, though, Vito, after the con, what comes next? Everyone's been buzzing about it. Everyone's been asking about it. I got to ask you, let's see if we can get an exclusive out of you here. If the WWE calls you, what are you going to say?
Invite me down to the Performance Center or your office. Let's talk. Let's make an offer that both of us can't refuse, and let's sign it and get going. Because I'd really love that, to finish my career, back where I started at the WWE, the WWF, because that's where I started from. But you know what, guys? I'm open for business. There's no offer that I can't refuse. There's always an offer I can refuse. But in this sense, let's do business.
Let's do business indeed. What's the best way everybody can get in touch with you, keep up with you, and especially anybody who wants to do business, they can do business with you?
Guys, you can go to BigVito at BigVito.com. You can email me there. You can go to all my social media at the BigVito brand. I have a website, the BigVito brand. I'm sure Duke will put all the cherries on the cake on this one, because he's the social media guru. But guys, all my social media outlets, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, and you know what? I even got an Amazon account. Of course, in a different name, but I can't tell you the name because, it's a secret.
Can't talk about it. Can't talk about it. Listen, Vito, it's always a pleasure to have you on Duke Loves Rasslin.
And remember, guys, you piss me off, there's always a trash can with your name on it in Staten Island.
The River City Wrestling Con is happening June 8th and 9th at the World Golf Village in St. Augustine, Florida. Visit rivercitywrestlingcon.com for more information and tickets. I'm telling you right now, brothers and sisters, this is going to be the biggest and best River City Wrestling Con ever. Guests scheduled to appear include The Icon, Sting, Trish Stratus, Devon Dudley, BigVito, Lograsso, Lita, Booker T, the Hardy Boys, and so much more. But get this, there will also be live wrestling action. Vision Pro Wrestling champion Tiffany Nieves takes on Ruthie J. We also have Scotty Sosa. We also have the gold medalist herself, the suplex queen herself, Tiny Thonally. She'll be in action. Once again, folks, World Golf Village, St. Augustine, Florida, June 8th and 9th, the River City Wrestling Con. rivercitywrestlingcon.com for ticket information. Check it out. That's right. Till next time, be kind to yourselves and be kind to others. Take it away, Tony Schiavone.
This is Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Wrestling.